but to the whole world, and Patience, congratulations again for putting together.
In his speech at the launch of the book, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni showed his gratitude towards the young people for realizing the problem of Africa as an endemic curse of selling our birthright.
I'm very happy to have a priest in my family for the first time in 140 years. This is because for us, we are cattle keepers. We are cattle keepers. We have nothing to do with all other things, just cows, and some crops. But now Patience has shown us that you can be a cattle keeper but also a priest.
Museveni also added that Africa has everything and therefore should not be intimidated by those threatening to cut off aid.
Otherwise, Africa, we have everything. When some people say we shall cut off aid, what aid are you giving? We don't need aid. We have everything here.
Museveni advised the parents to talk to their children and to advise them effectively.
I think for the parents, it is also important to note that you do your best for the children. You may not know that they are picking much of what you are telling them, but in the end, you may be surprised. They may be picking a lot of what you are telling them. Even Mzee Kaguta was surprised. He used to think that I was playing football, not caring about what they were doing. But when I grew up and I started doing things, he said, "How did you remember this?" He didn't know that I was studying whatever was happening.
Pastor Patience extensively discusses the role of the church and in particular the African church in God's plan to redeem nations and her spiritual encounter with God at the age of 11.
The second plane is the revelation that I started receiving from God in 2005 when I saw a vision of God's redemptive purpose for Africa. I heard God's voice say, "Out of what was called darkness will come a great light," and that this light would come from within us. I discovered that the vision that Uganda is the heart of Africa, and that as Uganda aligns with God's redemptive purpose, it will have a domino effect in the rest of Africa. That was the beginning of the revelation. And over the last 17 years, the revelation has continued to grow. Like an onion, each revelation from God opens the door to the next, always going deeper and deeper into the counsel of God. God started revealing that we cannot move forward as a continent without dealing with the spiritual roots of two of the seminal events in African history: slavery and colonialism.
Patience also added that she is amazed to see how God has continued to reveal and confirm his words all these years.
I am amazed to see how God has continued to reveal and confirm his word over the years. The final plane that God revealed is the role of the church, and by the church I mean all Christians, in God's plan to redeem nations, and in particular, the role of the African church. God showed me that the church is central to God's redemptive plan, and it is only when the church understands her role and has a paradigm shift that she will be used mightily of God to disciple nations.
The guest speaker, Reverend Dr. Sim Holly, who is an African-American minister and civil rights leader, hailed Uganda for good climate and hospitality. The function was attended to by various people from all diverse groups, among which include the First Lady, Janet Museveni, Pastor Dr. Dorcas Rigati, the Second Lady of Kenya, ministers and members of parliament, Monica Msenero, Alice Kaboyo, religious leaders who included Pastor Robert Kayanja, Pastor Joseph Serada, Pastor Jackson Senyonga, among others. Davis Senchindu, Henry Mugwanya, live at 8.